Man, what is good, people? I've got a bit of a follow-up to a video I did a couple years back where I heavily modified my arcade stick. I recently ordered some new buttons, but I also wanted to go ahead and just give a bit of an update to what's been going on with the old arcade stick right here. So yeah, there's gonna be quite a bit going on in this video. Just gonna briefly go over what has changed during all this time, and I guess what hasn't, and my reasons behind all of it. So yeah, you guys could go ahead and drop a like on this video, leave a comment below if you're interested in any of this subject matter, I suppose. And yeah, I guess I'll just go ahead and get started by first off, I'll say I'll probably leave like timestamps and chapters if you want to jump to a certain point in this video. But starting off, yeah, this arcade stick, this is the Real Arcade Pro N, the Hori Wrap N, the Soulcalibur 6 edition, which has like a really dark blue body. It had a panel that it had a panel that had like a Siegfried and Nightmare on it, but I swapped it out for this aluminum panel from Arcade Shock. I had to make sure I got that name right. So yeah, I got this from Arcade Shock, and I also paid a little extra to have this laser engraved Ken. He's just chilling right there with his Jinrai kick looking wind up right there. But yeah, in the previous video, I swapped out, because I had like Samba buttons in here, I swapped them out for these Quamba gravity buttons. I also did some stuff with the stick as well, but for anyone who watched that video back then, you'll notice there's a couple things different with the stick. So I'm just going to go ahead and go over some things that I changed, starting with the Arcade Shock Octogate. So I was previously rocking the Hori Hayabusa stick, and I was using an Octogate that was from Focus Attack, where it was a bit smoother, you know, like it almost resembles like a circle gate, but it was octagonal. I decided to try the one from Arcade Shock. Now that one was pretty sharp. The Octogate. The thing is, once you screw it in, you have the very sharp kind of Octogate going on in the middle, and it's like, I wasn't really feeling the way that felt after a while. I was definitely missing the Samba JLF's Octogate. So, and the stick currently is a Samba JLF lever. I just prefer this. I prefer how the Octogate in the Samba JLF is kind of a sharp appearance as well, but there is a bit of play with the gate. Just like a tiny bit of a play. So yeah, that's basically I just was not liking the Arcade Shock Octogate for the Hori Hayabusa stick. And also I just generally prefer the JLF lever over the Hayabusa. The Hayabusa does feel a little loose, just a little. I remember actually messing around with like tension springs or whatever, but I don't really like using the tension springs either, because yeah, it could cause your inputs to I mean, at least for me, one case in particular are like the down inputs. Doing that with like a tension spring, it just makes it way harder, man. So yeah, that's basically the for like the Octogate. I'm just not using that at all. I'm not even using the Hayabusa lever. I'm using a Samba lever right now. Next thing is this aluminum panel, and yeah, this holds up. I gotta clean it occasionally. I'm actually gonna clean it like during this video. I mean, I'm not gonna show the cleaning, but like, I'm definitely gonna clean this thing up. One thing that maybe you noticed is the dimple right here. There's 4 dimples around the surrounding the lever, but the this one came off. Now, there were like a couple layers to the dimple, and like the black layer is like off, but like this clear plastic layer is on. I super glued it. I don't know where that black layer is. Maybe I can replace that with some electrical tape, some black electrical tape. Or maybe just, I think I may have that layer in a bag somewhere or something. I don't know. I'm gonna do something about that. Maybe not in this video, but like sometime, like, you know, during my off time. But yeah, otherwise the panel holds up pretty well. It does have a, I'll talk about this later, but like it does have a bit of a flaw, in terms of like button compatibility. Yeah, we'll get into that. And next up are the quantum gravity buttons. So these I will be replacing all of them today. Okay. Now, although they are actually pretty decent buttons, the plungers do sit a bit too high for my liking and require more travel time for the actuation. And yeah, as you can see, it just it definitely takes, it's not that it takes a lot of force, but there is a lot of travel with this. It's like a lot of the plunger just sits really high. You don't have to press the button all the way down to actually activate the button, but you do have to press it down quite a bit. Now, it doesn't make these buttons unusable, but you know, there's cases where there's been cases where I want to like double tap. I just want to do this, but yeah, unfortunately, I'm hitting the button once. I can feel that I'm only hitting it once when I'm trying to do a quick double tap. That's because like the buttons don't come up really, like they're not exactly springy. They don't really rise up really fast, you know. It's just you press it and then yeah, it just doesn't feel as good to like do a double tap on this. And then also like rolling the inputs or like sprinkling. I think I heard that from somewhere. Not as easy to do. Not as easy to do because of it's because of the travel time and how raised up these plungers are. It does make doing this sort of mashing technique definitely a lot harder to do, actually. And in the case of like Street Fighter 6 specifically, try to react to a drive impact. It's definitely harder with these buttons, you know, because like I don't know, I could be like resting my hand, something like this. Here comes the right drive impact. I may not like I may not actually press these down far enough to get the actuation, or like I don't know, maybe my finger just stops on the edge of this for some reason. Like I don't know, just some weird stuff could happen. Yeah, I mean, again, it doesn't quite make these bad buttons because like the benefit is like, you know, obviously these buttons have micro switches and they're actually pretty quiet for what they are. I did get the silencers at the time, but I ended up removing those because I didn't feel they were necessary. These buttons are pretty quiet even without the silencers. And another thing I tried was Arcade Shock also like later released tactical switches. So I actually grabbed up 8 of those and I tried them out on these buttons for a while, and I wasn't really liking it. Or not tactical, tactile, I think it is. So basically those switches have like a little bit of resistance to them, where it's like you're like first of all, it like the travel time for the actuation is the same regardless of the switch, but like you feel just a tiny bit of resistance when you're pressing the button. You don't really hear an audible click, but you feel resistance. I feel like that little bit of resistance was like really screwing with me, like even further. Just in my opinion. I think I prefer linear switches. These feel fine. I could definitely do stuff with them, but I'm definitely preferring the Sama buttons. I actually tried within the couple years since I did this little overhaul. I did try snapping in the Sama buttons, my gray ones that are snap in, and the problem with doing that with this aluminum panel in particular is that when I am hitting these 4 buttons here, the buttons on this column actually start to rise up. I'm just like, what the heck is happening here? And I guess it has something to do with like a vibration or something. Like if I'm saying a sort of vibration around this area, it's causing the buttons over here to rise up. This one especially, like a snap-in button like right here would actually pop almost all the way up. I'm just like, what the heck is going on? So yeah, snap-in buttons are kind of a no-go when it comes to the aluminum panel. If you're considering getting this aluminum panel from Arcade Shock, get some screw-on buttons, man. get screw-on buttons, because I'm telling you, the snap-ins are not gonna stay. At least from my experience, like, because I just used Samba snap-ins a while back in this panel, and yeah, they don't stay. Not at all. They definitely will rise up. I think one time I had this one rotating for some reason, and I really don't know why. it was all just really weird. So I just put the gravities back on, and yeah, and I don't know. Better late than never. I just decided to get some new buttons. Next up, this was kind of another major thing: the aluminum ball top, shaft cover, and washer. So the aluminum ball top handle overall made the stick feel heavier to use. The washer would make a lot of noise when colliding with the aluminum panel, which I should have seen coming, to be honest. I also mentioned that the shaft cover plus washer didn't match the color of the ball top handle, so I eventually replaced all that with a marine blue ball top handle, and I just put the stock washer and shaft cover back on, which honestly looks way better on this stick. I think just having the black washer and shaft cover is like, it's just better for this. It's a better aesthetic for the panel here. And you know, once I get the new buttons in later in this video, you'll see I'm also kind of trying to like have the buttons like coincide a little more with how the stick looks. And finally, there's the start/options button. So in the video, I didn't actually touch that. Yeah, I did not replace this initially. This button right here is a crown Sandusky, I think it's called, button. I bought it because like the color matched the ball top handle. It's a little hard to see on camera, but these quantum gravities do not match the color of the ball top handle right there. It actually does not. It's a little more noticeable like IRL, but on camera it practically looks the same. But yeah, that's basically all the sort of changes. I mean, there's no need for me to bring up the button remover tool, the Buttercade thing. That thing is still good for removing the snap-on buttons, by the way. I still recommend it. And I guess a couple of things to mention. In the Sama JLF here, I do have an oversized actuator and a stainless steel pivot. I got those both off of Focus Attack a while back. Both are serving me well. Could I really tell like the metal pivot is like, I mean, I guess the stick does feel a bit smoother with that on, but the main reason to get that is, you know, durability, right? Like you're never going to anticipate a stainless steel pivot wearing out anytime soon. So I just grabbed it. It was like a cheap little item, and then like the oversized actuator, I think I had that in the Hayabusa stick to help with, like, I don't know, the way the stick felt, just something like that. But that's now in my JLF. I have the Hayabusa stick like in the back in the arcade stick box that it came from, you know, the box for this stick. But yeah, I guess with that out of the way, let's go ahead and take a look at what I got here. All right, guys, this is the little package, parcel, if you will, from Focus Attack. I already went ahead and removed my, I already went ahead and removed the shipping label and also the receipt that's inside because, you know, address. But yeah, let's just go ahead and remove this. There's a bag in here, then this bag. And here we go. I'll just get this out of the way. And now, piece de resistance, right? A bag full of stuff. Look at all this stuff. What is all this stuff? Well, I gotta get past the staple. Oh god. Okay. And in here, we got a lot of things. We've got 6 marine blue plungers. Oh man, these things are flying all over the place. But yeah, 6 marine blue plungers, which I will be installing on 6 out of the 8 screw-on Sama buttons, the OBSN, I believe they're called. Let's go ahead and remove one of these. Okay. Sama button with a orange washer on it. Look at that. So yeah, basically I got these so I can actually use Samba buttons on my arcade stick, but also not have them like fly out of there. Kind of loud. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it doesn't seem as loud as like a stock. Actually, hang on a sec. All right, guys. So we have, this is the screw-on somewhat, and then this is one of my old snap ends. This is actually from the previous video. Actually, it's kind of crazy. But yeah, let me just do a noise comparison. Let me do a feel comparison. Let me see. Let's hold this up to the mic a bit. Methinks there's something different going on with the plastic inside that's causing the screw-on button to sound a little different than the snap-on. This is definitely not like a silent button though, like definitely not. I think this is, it seems like it's a little quieter at least, but it's definitely not made to be silent, I feel. But yeah. So we have 8 of these screw-ons. Okay. And then we also have, I kind of thought about this at like the last minute. But here we have a, right, I had to go look at the name of the stick again because I forgot. It's a Saimetsu button. It's a dark blue. I got this so that it would be the new start button. Oh wow. It feels like it has a tactical switch in it. Also, it is translucent. It does appear to have a slot for, I guess, artwork, but I don't really need that. If anything, I might just remove that so that it's completely translucent. Let me see here. Yeah, I might go ahead and, like, remove that. I think there's, like, a little, piece of paper right there or something. Just something to, you know, be a placeholder for potential art. But, nah, I'll see about removing that so that it's completely clear. The point of getting this button is so that when it sits within the area where the options button is on the stick, it'll just match that translucent plastic as best as possible. There was also a Sama one, but it was a lighter blue, and then I saw that this one was a darker blue, so I got this instead. But yeah, that's pretty much all the parts. So at this point, let's go ahead and do some assembling. So as I said earlier, I got these marine blue plungers right here, and these I'm going to remove from 6 of these screw-on buttons. I'm going to put this marine blue plunger in so that there could be a black rim with marine blue on it, and then that'll match the joystick. All right, guys. So as you can see here, you look at this. You look at the button. There's a tab. Basically, to remove the plunger, you just take the screwdriver. I kind of just... It's a little hard to see because it's a black button. Apologies. But yeah. You're basically trying to, like, lightly push this in and then, like, upward with a flathead screwdriver. Yeah, and then once you get it up, like, you're going to see, like, the button raise. There's some, there's, like, some little gaps. There's like some little gaps you can like put your fingernails into, then you just kind of pull it up once you've raised it up. And there we got the insides. You can see the switch in there. Now let's put that aside. All right, and then simply take the new plunger. You kind of just line it up with the switch here. Like you can see the shape right here, and you can also see like these big these holes here. That's where the you line up the tabs. So it's like 2 different guidelines. Like both you match the shape and where the tabs go. So just like so, you just push down, snaps in, and there you go. You got black rim, marine blue plunger, and that's basically what I'm gonna do with 6 of these buttons and get them on the stick. Alright, y'all. I just finished putting the plungers on 6 of the buttons. So as you can see here, this is pretty much the layout I'm going for. So I have the 6 buttons that have a black rim, but marine blue plunger. It's kind of hard to say. I got that going on for the first 6 buttons, and then the far right ones are both going to be black because I don't really use those to play, like hit. Like, I don't use those buttons like fight. I use them more as like function keys. Like the this top one would be like record, and this bottom one would be like play in like training mode, for example. Yeah, that's basically what I'm going for. I mean, originally I wanted to do 8 marine blue plungers with 8 black rims, but the issue is Focus Attack only had 7 of these plungers, the marine blue plungers, in stock. So at first I was just gonna like hold off for a while until they had like 8 in stock, but then I just like thought to myself, you know what? Like, I think it would actually make more sense to only make 6 of them have the color and have 2 of them be black, so it could just symbolize, like, yeah, 6 attack buttons, 2 function buttons. And then we have the Saimetsu button right here that will act as our start/options button. So yeah, this is all pretty much together. I did make a sterling discovery, however, in terms of this whole order. They gave me an extra button. I guess by accident. They gave me a 9th 30mm black Sama OBSN button. I just have this now, so I don't know what to do with it. I guess I'll throw it in my box. There'll be a spare part. That's about it. I guess I lucked out. They made kind of an oopsie right here, but yeah. I got a free button. Lucky day, I guess. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and disassemble the stick, clean it up a bit, and then I'll pretty much just show myself getting the buttons on, like, pretty much. All right, I'm just about ready to disassemble this arcade stick a lot further. I've already removed the lever. I've already disconnected all the wires from the buttons and all that. A couple things to bring up. First of all, I was wrong. This is a Sama button. That's my options button right now. I thought it was still the crown. The crown is in the box. This is a Sama button up here. Now another thing is when I demonstrate how to like screw in the gravity buttons, what I didn't bring up was the fact that like after you screw down the washer like all the way, you then need to like twist the button itself like counterclockwise to actually fully flush it in. Because I did have an instance where a gravity button did get loose on the stick, and it's because I did not do that. Like I did not turn the button counterclockwise to actually fully tighten it. So that's what you have to do with the screw-on button, is that you screw on the washer back here, or under here, I guess however you want to say it, and then you take the button and you turn it counterclockwise, and then it tightens. And then as for removing it, well, the gravity buttons thankfully have this kind of groove in here, and so a pair of needle-nose pliers right here. You just kind of just get a good grip, and then I believe I just turn this clockwise. Hopefully I don't break nothing, and there you go. And then it gets loose. And then at that point, you can pretty much get the washer off by obviously twisting the washer counterclockwise. Okay, like so. So yeah, you don't need to apply a lot of force with the needle nose pliers. Just get a you simply just get a controlled grip on it. You know, just get a grip on it, and then turn the button clockwise, and you'll loosen the button so you can get the washer off. Just in case you're having trouble like getting a screw-on button off, I figured I would just address that. I figured I would address the additional step for tightening it and also removing it. So anyway, I'm gonna cut to like when this thing is like pretty much disassembled and cleaned, and I'm about to put the new buttons in. All right, y'all, I'm back from disassembling and cleaning up the pretty much the whole body of the stick. Like I completely cleaned this thing, and I've been brushing it out. I've been using my air gun, They're using soap and water, all this junk. Like, yeah, this thing is like totally clean. So we're gonna go ahead and install these buttons. So, you know, just gotta get this washer off, and then just kind of, yep, just drop them in basically. Alright guys, just a little bit of an update for the Saimetsu 24 millimeter button, excuse me. So I thought that there was like some paper making the top of the plunger look like not totally clear. And as it turns out, this white part here is the actual plunger, like internally, which sits inside of this clear blue housing. So yeah, I guess the button won't appear completely clear, but that's not a big deal to me. It was fascinating to take the entire button apart and kind of discover that for myself. It's in 4 pieces. Oh god. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and also my ceiling light's on. That's why the lighting looks a little different all of a sudden. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and reassemble this and put it right in there. Just see how it looks. And there we go. Yeah, it's not totally like clear at the top, which is kind of my issue, but it looks fine regardless, I'd say. It almost kind of matches these 6. By the way, wow. The bottom of the case is still not on, so don't take that button noise with a grain of salt. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wire these back up. Alright guys, well there you go, I screwed them in. It was difficult. Like, let me just pick up this camera, oh my gosh. Look at this. Look at how close these, look at how close the washers are. The Saimetsu button, I mean that got installed just fine, but yeah. These Sama screw-ins, oh my god, they're so tight. Like, they are fully on there, but man, they are so... I wonder if they designed these washers in a way where, you know, if you twist one, then you twist the others. But then again, if you do that, then you're actually loosening some, because if it's working like cog wheels, then yeah, you twist one. It's like you twist one friggin' clockwise, the others will go counterclockwise, and it's like, man. I have a feeling these weren't designed with the noir button layout in mind. I think they were, I think these were made for like older layouts, maybe. But yeah, I mean, they're in there, so, I mean, next up is to wire up the buttons. there's always this little guideline right here. It like briefly says, or not briefly, but like, you know, there's basically there's the little symbols and letters, numbers telling you what button corresponds to what wire. So I'm just gonna wire this up, and yeah, we'll be just about done here, I guess. Alright, y'all. It's all wired up. Everything should be in order. Alright. So at this point, I just put the stick back in. You know, just manage the rest of this junk and, yeah, close her up and we should be done here. Alright, so there we go, guys. Buttons are screwed in, wired up. The bottom / back, whatever you want to call it, is screwed back in. I mean, hey, pretty much. Got the Samwas back. Good. It feels good to be back, although I will fully acknowledge that these buttons are loud. And we got the Saimetsu options button. Honestly, like, aside from, like, the middle part, like, the rim fits there pretty nicely, but, yeah, I kind of wish this was, like, you know, like, actually because I was kind of going for sort of a... I sort of wanted this to camouflage within this little enclosure like that, but, I guess I'll take that for now. Maybe the Sama clear one, I mean... As the picture I saw online, it looked it looked like a brighter blue, but maybe that one was at least like clear at the top. It wasn't something I was considering. This one looked pretty clear on the website. I mean, I don't know, but not a big deal, obviously. Button's perfectly fine. That was kind of a, again, like replacing the options button again, which is kind of a, it's kind of a last minute decision. I'm like, huh, maybe I should do that too, and. Well, I mean, hey. It's whatever works, I suppose. Anyway, why don't we go ahead and test some games, shall we? well, time to wrap things up. Yeah, it's nice to finally have Sama buttons back into this arcade stick. Like I'm pretty much like almost completely using Sama parts aside from the options, aside from the start button. But yeah, as for in regards to what I want to do with the stick next, I mean, I kind of thought about this like after I ordered these buttons. Is like I was kind of looking at some more stuff. I was looking at more stores, and Arcade Paradise actually has these sort of they have these micro switches that are soldered onto little boards that you can actually pop into a Sama button. So you could have like a micro switch in there. You also have to buy the plungers that are made with this micro switch thing, and the micro switch like on the board also comes with like a little cable you have to attach so you can actually then connect it to the wires within the arcade stick. Yeah, I'm probably gonna look into that. Not now though. I think I'm pretty. I'd say I'm pretty content with how the stick is right now. Definitely just gonna be rocking this for a while. But yeah, that about does it for this video. I was glad to give a bit of an update for that for the video like a couple years back, finally. But yeah, 2024. I'm back on the Samas, loud as they may be. And if I get the micro switches soon, I guess we'll do another I guess mod video, and you know. We'll just be back at this point. We'll be back at this position. I'll be opening this thing up again and putting more stuff in and seeing how well that works. Anyway, you guys did enjoy this video. Be sure to leave a like on it. Comment down below. Got any questions or concerns, suggestions, and all that. And yeah, I guess I'll see y'all in another one. I'm pretty much just doing whatever I feel like doing on the channel, so you can expect to see pretty much anything that I come up with, I guess. Anyway, be good to yourselves, be good to each other. I'll see y'all next time.